Luke 10 verses 36 to 37. Which now of these three, thinkest thou, was neighbor unto him that fell among the thieves? And he said, He that shewed mercy on him. Then said Jesus unto him, Go, and do thou likewise.
Question. Pastor Wind, the teaching of the Good Samaritan. It reminds me that during the hydrogen peroxide incident, there was a naturopathic doctor, used to be a good Samaritan in our church, because he helped us with his moral courage. If the whole of eternal life were to be counted, is this good deed beneficial to his future eternal life?
If this man knows Zion, God will use his corresponding response to Zion as a calculation. But if those people don't know the best Samaritan of their time, God will then be in the process of resembling God in his character. To find the good Samaritan of his time, to make a calculation. For example, there is a man in an era, there is a good Samaritan, this man is goodness, but still goodness. Instead of looking for the good Samaritan, well, he still can't go to heaven. Because everyone lives in their own time. Love God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, with all your strength. But how do you show that you really do? If you can't even find God, and you suddenly declare, Teddy is God, I want to love Teddy with all my heart, with all my soul, with all my mind, with all my strength, I can go to heaven. If you can't find God, is it possible to put the name of God on a dog? Anyway, one must love God with all one's heart, with all one's soul, with all one's mind, with all one's strength. I must find God. And to find the secret of God, love your neighbor as yourself. That way, you'll find the best neighbor in the world, and a chance, in love with the Good Samaritan, understand what it means to love God. So, if that person knows us, but rejected church life, his life seemed to have nothing to do with Zion, they only contact us when it's a matter of benefit. How, then, can he go to heaven? No matter how righteous he is, more than Utsan. It doesn't help. The reason is because he came into contact with us, therefore, to whom God gives much, he requires much. On the other hand, if he doesn't know us, God will use his search for Zion, to determine if he's going to heaven. This is based on the first and second commandments. But if he knows Zion, and there was no corresponding action, how does he get to heaven? In short, the whole faith should be graded on that. Because that's how we measure our faith scores. If we don't know how to do that, no one can continue to make their own points in their lifetime. As I said, it was the beginning of the founding of Zion. We should find out God's plan for the age. This is the most significant direction. If, however, you cannot find the direction of God's time, the church was founded and built in vain. The result must be death, because the direction must be against God, and in searching for God's direction, offering people one more wrong way. In fact, this is true of every Christian church in Hong Kong. People are also affected by this wrong path, choosing not to come to Zion. This is like the Pharisees. What did they do? Jesus said, You go across the seas and lands, but you bring people to hell. More so than you. He means that the Pharisees blocked the way to heaven to keep people out, because they are on the right path to heaven, provide one more wrong path. This is also my faith in the Lord, the most feared mistake. However, I found that, every pastor I know is not afraid to make that mistake. What is the reason? For me, since the day I trusted the Lord, I have indeed known God. I have felt that God is real and has changed my conscience, so, in addition to God, I dare not look for a second substitute. But all the pastors I know don't mind doing that, in a disguised way. They are outside God, create one more wrong path. Little did they realize that this was a sin in the eyes of God. Because of this, I have developed the atmosphere of Zion's love for God, in studying the Bible, my affirmation of truth, and actually experiencing God's confirmation. So, the standard by which God looked at the naturopathic doctor, it's not like Mother Teresa, because it is according to the law, to whom God has given much, he will require much. In this age, God said to everyone who knew Zion, the demands are the highest, because these people don't know how to seize the opportunity. The grace plainly laid before him, 10,000 times more, maybe 1,000,000 times more, but he thought to himself, you have to act like an African. You have to know, the two cannot be measured in the same way. Because this African, in his lifetime, without the opportunity to know and contact the Church of Zion, nor do they know how to listen to Chinese. If you had mentioned this in the year of the hydrogen peroxide incident, I may not know how to answer. Now, however, Zion's bride identity is revealed, I'll learn how to answer you. At the same time, God has confirmed that we are the most important people in the world, in history, the best Samaritan. You have to know, the Good Samaritan is personal and contemporary, on a personal level, like our converted parents, and then there are the Good Samaritans of the times. To this day, you have heard the message of Zion for decades, it proves that we are the best Samaritans of all time. Our existence, our message, it's all about the times. But who is driving this? It is God. Luke 10 verses 36 to 37. Which now of these three, thinkest thou, was neighbor unto him that fell among the thieves? And he said, He that shewed mercy on him. Then said Jesus unto him, Go, and do thou likewise.
Mirror on the wall, waiting down the hall. If we meet again, I won't survive the fall. Cannot bear to take another look at you. Arise, O broken-hearted, I know you're weary, picking up all your smithereens. Discard your heavy burdens, and all together we'll rewrite your story. Go backward in time to restore the missing pieces of your mind.